I'm 29 now, but this happened when I was 26, during the 2021 crypto craze. I wasn't a trader or anything close to tech savvy. I was just one of those people who got caught up in the excitement. I bought some Bitcoin back in 2017, just a few $100s worth, and completely forgot about it. By the time I remembered, it was worth close to 30 grand. The problem was, I'd lost the password to my wallet. At first, I wasn't too stressed. I thought I'd just saved the file on my old hard drive or written the key somewhere in an old notebook. But after tearing through boxes, drawers, and old laptops, I realized I had nothing. It felt like watching money evaporate. So, like an idiot, I started Googling Bitcoin wallet recovery. That's how I ended up on a Reddit thread about a guy who helped people recover lost wallets for a small percentage. He had hundreds of upvotes and what looked like satisfied comments. His username was UU Wallet Rescue 247. He sounded friendly, professional. He even said he used forensic password recovery software. The thread didn't seem sketchy. I messaged him. That's how this all started. I remember that day vividly. It was a Thursday night. I'd just finished work. I do customer support remotely, and had a beer while scrolling through my messages. The guy who introduced himself as Ryan replied within minutes. He sounded confident. "Send me the wallet. That file and any hints about the password," he said. "I'll run it through my tools. If I crack it, we'll split 80-20. Fair?" He even attached a link to a client agreement Google Doc. It looked legit, full of tech jargon I barely understood. I hesitated for maybe 5 minutes before zipping my wallet file and sending it to him. The next morning, he said he'd started running attempts. I felt a rush of hope. For the first time in weeks, I thought maybe this random Reddit guy might actually help me recover something valuable. We kept chatting on Telegram. He sent updates every few hours, screenshots of code running, random strings of failed attempts, all that. I didn't question it. He said things like, "Don't worry, man, I've cracked harder ones than this." By Saturday, I was fully invested. I even told him personal stuff, like how I'd bought the Bitcoin after selling my guitar and how I needed the money to pay off some debt. He was surprisingly empathetic. He sent a smile emoji and said, "We'll get it back. You'll see." It started small, something I could easily ignore. Late Sunday night, I got a message from him that said, "Hey, I tried something weird. I think I got partial access." He sent a screenshot of a wallet interface with my email in the corner. For a second, my heart jumped. It was mine, but something was off. The background looked slightly different, like a different wallet version. "That doesn't look like my interface," I said. He replied, "I cloned it locally to test. It's normal." I brushed it off. The next morning, I noticed a login attempt notification from an old Proton Mail account, one I hadn't used in years. I ignored it at first, thinking it might have been me accidentally logging in from another device. But then I got another. That night, when I opened Telegram, Ryan wasn't just messaging about the wallet anymore. He said, "Hey, I saw your Instagram. You surf?" That froze me for a second. I hadn't told him my last name. My Instagram wasn't linked to my Reddit or my Telegram. I asked him how he found it. He just replied, "You'd be surprised what metadata can reveal," and added a winking emoji. Something about that made my stomach twist. Over the next 2 days, things escalated in ways I didn't fully process until later. He stopped sending technical updates. Instead, he began dropping strange comments, little personal things that made me feel exposed. "Your place looks chill," he wrote once. That couch by the window? Good lighting. I froze when I read that. I had a couch by my living room window, but I'd never posted it online. I told myself he was guessing. Maybe he'd seen something in the reflection of a photo on my profile. Still, I turned off all my lights and closed the blinds. Then, on Wednesday night, around 1:30 a.m., my phone buzzed. A new message from Ryan. "You home?" I stared at the screen. I didn't answer. 2 minutes later, he sent a photo. It was my street, my car parked out front. At first, I couldn't move. My hands just trembled, holding the phone as my heart started pounding in my chest. I typed, "Who the fuck are you?" He replied, "Relax, man. Just making sure you're safe. I don't want anyone else accessing your wallet." That's when I realized he wasn't some hacker from across the world. He was here. I locked every door and window, grabbed the kitchen knife and called the police. While I was waiting, I got one last message. "You should have trusted me. I was going to make you rich." The typing bubble flickered on and off for a while, then stopped. When the police arrived, they searched around my property but didn't find anyone. I showed them the messages, but they just told me it was likely someone trolling online. They said I should stay offline for a while. But that didn't explain the photo. The next night I barely slept. Around 2 a.m. I heard a soft tap on my window. Not like a knock, more like a fingertip dragging lightly across the glass. I didn't move, just sat frozen on my couch, gripping the knife, listening. Then it came again, this time a faint scraping sound. I forced myself to peek through the curtain. Nothing, just the dark silhouette of the streetlight outside. When I turned back, I noticed the reflection of something. Movement near my front door. My heart felt like it stopped. Someone was standing there, not knocking, just watching through the frosted glass panel. I dialed 911 again, whispering that someone was outside. The dispatcher told me to stay quiet, to stay on the line. A few seconds later, my phone buzzed, a telegram notification. I shouldn't have looked, but I did. "Last chance, man. You don't want to lose it all." Then, a photo of my front door from outside. I couldn't breathe. I just backed away, still holding the knife, whispering to the operator until I heard sirens in the distance. By the time the cops arrived, whoever it was, Ryan or whoever, was gone. No footprints, no car, nothing. I moved 2 weeks later. I deleted Telegram, Reddit, everything. I even destroyed the hard drive that had the wallet file. The police eventually traced the messages to a VPN server overseas. The username WalletRescue247 disappeared from Reddit completely. They told me they couldn't prove anything, but it sounded like a targeted scam that got personal. I tried to move on, but the paranoia stuck. I started covering my webcam with tape. I jump whenever my phone buzzes. A few months later, I got an email from a new address. No sender name. It just said, "Still trying passwords, almost there." No attachments, no links, just that one line. I deleted it immediately, but I still see it in my head sometimes when I'm trying to fall asleep. That stupid sentence floating in the dark. It's been 3 years now. I still haven't touched crypto again. Every once in a while, I search that username, WalletRescue247. Nothing ever comes up. But sometimes, when I check my spam folder, I see random failed login alerts from old accounts I forgot existed. Part of me wonders if he's still trying to get into them, or if he's already in. Either way, I'll never know. But whenever I see the price of Bitcoin rise, I feel that same chill run down my spine. because somewhere out there, someone else has my keys.